Hi, my name is Chinedumi Kago. I'm an executive MBA program candidate at IE Business School in Madrid, and I recently participated in the Global Network for Advanced Management program hosted by University of New South Wales in Sydney. It was quite an interesting session to meet friends and other colleagues from top business schools across the world, learning about negotiation in global environment. It all started well because we initially had this program planned out to be a face-to-face, but it ended up being an online program, which we needed to collaborate in much more wider space, yet being domiciled in our different localities. One of the biggest takeaway from me is the fact that we're able to manage the entire program very well. And negotiating online is really not the easiest of things to do. So I remember the particular course where we learned about how to negotiate online. We learned about the cultural negotiating across cultures. We also learned about negotiating on uncertainties, and that's quite the situation we find ourselves today. You have to understand that international business is one that involves people from different parts of the world. And I learned a lot about dual consent. And we learned about collaborating, the essence of accommodating and sometimes conceding. But each time you concede, you need to make sure you're getting something back. I like the sessions where we did the simulations with some of us working as a government representative, and then the other being a construction company or mining company who wanted to come into the city to do some development. Now, depending on the side of power that you sit in, determines a whole lot about the kind of advantage you would have in negotiations like this. So, my biggest takeaway is understanding that win-win is always the best way to end a negotiation. You don't want to end a negotiation where the other party feels that they've been cheated or they've been scarred in one way or the other. You don't want to create a negotiation platform where the other party is looking forward to a future revenge to get back what he or she has lost. So, taking on the program, I learned that negotiating across cultures, you have to be quite sensitive about the cultural orientation of the people you're negotiating with. It's not too surprising that just as we are all different in one way or the other, so also is our approach to business negotiation when it comes to negotiating across cultures. So the instructors did quite well, with the simulation about that. And I remember a big lesson from the collaborative negotiation simulation where we had to trade on commodities. That was also quite an interesting one. We knew that we needed to support each other, understanding that you win some and you lose some. And that was it. I must say that negotiating online is not the easiest things to do because there are many factors that are at play. The person you're talking to probably has some backups or some other communication that you are not very much aware of, which means you're not negotiating with one person at a time, but he's getting feeders either from chats or from emails, which you are not privy to. Face to face negotiation is always easier for you to see the amount of information he has with him is what he's going to deal with. But negotiating online taught me that you have to understand that the other party has got other feed points, and you can also take an advantage of that position to increase your information level. And best for me is getting to know people who has different backgrounds, who share lovely experiences. And my expectation is that come next time we have such an opportunity, it has to be face to face. Thank you.